Me. Hey, it's Dr. Spiegel from the Spiegel Center in Newton, Massachusetts. If you want to raise the pitch of your voice, how can that be done? So you can do it consciously. I can raise the pitch of my voice by consciously lengthening and tightening my vocal cords. That raises the pitch, but it requires conscious effort. Now, what if your voice is naturally lower than you want it to be, or is unnaturally lower than you want it to be? Meaning, either you were born with a voice that you think is lower than it should be, or maybe you took some medications which lowered the pitch of your voice, or developed a hormone issue that lowered the pitch of your voice. That can happen with polycystic ovary syndrome. It can happen with testosterone if you're taking testosterone, either for gender-related issues or as a bodybuilder, for example. So, if you want to feminize, aka lift the pitch of your voice, how do we achieve that? Well, think about a guitar. A guitar has strings, and it has a fretboard, and then it has tuning forks at the top. And there are different strings on the guitar. Some are thinner and some are thicker. But in all cases, if you put your finger on the fretboard, you are shortening the length of the string, and the pitch rises. Now, the pitch rises on each string if you do that, but if you do it on the thinnest string, the pitch is going to raise more than if you do it on the thickest string. That's because the tone, or pitch of the tone, or the sound or the frequency that you're hearing, depends upon a number of things. Those include the length of the string, the mass or thickness of the string, and also the tension on the string, and that's where the tuning forks come in. All that's important because the amount we can raise the pitch of your voice depends upon how short I make it, how thin they are, and how much tension they're under. This is done in a scarless fashion. I have here a model of the side of a person's tongue and jaw, and this is their Adam's apple here. And if you look this way, hope that's visible, you can see the vocal cords down there. So we access the vocal cords by going through the inside of your mouth. Shortening them involves putting a stitch in, or a couple stitches, to shorten the length. And here's a picture of the vocal cords before and immediately afterwards, where these stitches have been placed and shortened the length of the vocal cords, which is going to raise the pitch of the vocal cords. Once you've had this done, you have to not speak for a little while. We don't want to rock those stitches out of place with you singing along or rocking and rolling or shouting. So you have to be pretty mellow for about 3 weeks. After that, you can start talking, but you're going to have some residual swelling, and we don't expect you to have a beautiful voice immediately. Most people can hear that their pitch is elevated, but realize that it still sounds a bit hoarse, and it can take several more weeks or months until you get that perfect voice. Vocal feminization is overall a very successful procedure, which has had very few complications. And we're very happy to offer that at the Spiegel Center in Newton, Massachusetts. If you'd like additional information, please feel free to get in touch.